Well, hello, everybody. This is Nicole Whitlock with the Ecom Sellers Podcast. And today I have with me my co host, my co pilot, the lady who is amazing at everything that she does. And she just recently had some major wins in her life.
Kelly, the eCom mom. Sorry.
That's all right, Kelly. It's all right.
Her brain is just kind of this weekend, sometimes you have those weekends where your brain just doesn't want to function. Yeah, that's my brain this weekend.
I know that feeling. Trust me, I do. So Kelly and I come to you every Monday at 8:30 p.m. for the Ecom Sellers Podcast, where we talk about e-commerce news, tips, and more. And so today, we got a lot of stuff to cover. Outside of that, Kelly, can we just catch up real quick? Anything exciting happening in your world?
Well, yeah, I've been on a diet journey since the end of March. I started March 28th, and I officially lost weight. I'm down 21 pounds now.
Oh my gosh.
So
I'm
my
excited.
yeah, my long-term goal, my ultimate goal is to get into healthy weight, and so that'll be over 100. I'm looking at to lose about 125 pounds total. So
I need to hop on the bandwagon with you there, Miss Kelly. I need to lose a lot of weight myself. So, congratulations on your success and your journey. I probably
mhm.
picked up at least 5 of those 21 pounds. So, anyway, I'm going to have to release them to go find a new home at some point. Anything else happening in your world?
Now just getting ready. We're going on vacation at the end of the month, so we've been just planning for that, and uh, baking because we're driving from Texas to North Carolina.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
North Kakalaki.
And, hmm and we're caravanning with another family. So we're just all, we had like a planning session of where we're going to stop. We're planning to help save money to bring food for lunches instead of stopping at like a restaurant for lunch. Because stop at a park or something. They have young kids, so that way they can eat and let the kids run around for a little bit, get some energy out.
Of course. You have to coordinate those kind of trips when you have little kids. You
Yes.
got to have a stop where they can get out and just move.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh. Well, I can't say that we have a lot of stuff going on. We just recently, there was a special needs get together here. Well, there's always something going on, but just recently took the boys to a park, a water park, and they had a really great time. We got another one coming up next weekend, so we're excited about that. We were able to see some people that we hadn't seen in a while, some of our community members, special needs community, autism. So I was glad to be able to see all of them, and then working on a fundraiser for our nonprofit. So I've been busy doing all that in addition to, you know, getting stuff going for ecom sellers, and we've got the training for the print on demand challenge, which actually is going well. We meet every day at 6, and so it's been amazing to be able to just get that thing started and to talk about where they are in their journey, because we're early in the journey. So I'm excited about that. And we also have our road to 10K on eBay and Amazon coming up. So all of that, just a lot. So with that being said, that's all I've been doing is just dealing with
Hmm.
all of those things. The two good things that my boys are going, my son starts track performance practice, summer track performance practice next week or this week, and my other son is going to what's called ESYE extended school year, and so he starts this week as well. So they will be doing some other things and probably not as motivated to do the stuff I need them to do, but or want them to do, but it'll be all right. So with that being said, I will let you get into the news, Miss Kelly. So the floor is yours.
All right. Start with Amazon. Amazon's going to launch a new program to deter resellers who scoop up high demand, low supply products and resell them elsewhere at higher prices. Like From they're trying to prevent people from buying it from Amazon and and going to like eBay or Mercari or somewhere. But the products that will be in the program, I guess that once I identify a product that is that that's high demand and low supply,
Mm-hmm.
you can only buy that product by invitation. So when you get to that product on the page, it'll say um, request an invitation button on it, and then they'll send you an email with an invitation to buy this product, so that you can't go and clear out their supply that Amazon has. Um, so you'll get like an email telling you how you can buy that product to prevent people from buying multiples to flip.
Okay.
Also, Amazon is raising fees to U.S. sellers who use Amazon services to fulfill orders to customers in like Canada and Mexico, starting June 30th, 2022. So if you are part of that program, where your FBA items can be sold to Mexico or Canada, those fees will be going up. I looked at the table. There's a table online. I'm sure it's in your email somewhere if you sell on Amazon. And it's going up about 50 cents, between 50 to 75 cents um, per item. That's how much that fee's going to go up. So just be aware of that. Etsy's changing criteria for their star seller program. It's like their top seller program.
Okay.
They're changing it from the ratings to down to 4.8 because people are having a lot of trouble staying in the star. I was a star seller, and now I'm not, mainly because I didn't reach the dollar amount sold I'm supposed to have in the amount of 3 months. But they want you to keep a 4.8 rating average in the 3-month review period. They lowered the minimum number of orders from 10 to 5.
Okay.
But they did not change the total dollar order amount, which remains at the same at $300. So that kind of, 10 to 5, you can make, 10 sales for $30 each, then you're able to reach the $300. But if you only make 5 sales and they're only $30 each, that's not even half of that $300. So there's some good for the ratings, but for the dollar amount, for some people, that's a lot of people are like, I sell low cost items. I sell print on demand, worksheets at $2 or $3, and I don't make that $300 threshold. So some sellers are not happy about that they're still keeping the dollar amount same. Just a reminder, if you have GoDaddy Bookkeeping, I'm saying it because this is myself. I'm going to have to decide where I'm going to move my bookkeeping to, because you have to move your information for the beginning of this year over to somewhere else, or download it and keep it somewhere for yourself, because it'll be gone in June.
Oh my
At the end of
gosh.
June. Yeah.
GoDaddy Bookkeeping. Okay.
Yeah, and if you just paid to renew your subscription for 6 months or whatever, they are not refunding that back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Lots of people
Okay.
are mad because they're like, I just renewed my subscription for 6 months last month, and now they're telling me you're closing it down and you're not going to pay me back. That they were like, I don't mind losing that. I don't mind paying for the months that I have left, but the other 5 months, that you're not going to be. I'm not using your service here because it's not going to be there anymore. You're not going to let me get that money back.
That is bananas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then the post office, United States Postal Service, is imposing new limits on used electronics with lithium batteries. So things like tablets or cell phones, if you sell used cell phones or little computerized stuff,
Okay.
they need to be marked restricted electronic device and surface transportation only, which means they cannot be flown. They cannot go priority mail. They have to go by ground parcel select. Just like with um, matches and stuff. Matches cannot be flown up in the air. They have to go down, parcel select, because of flammability. So they've been having a lot of, I guess, accidents or mishaps with sellers selling tablets or cell phones, and they have the lithium battery, they don't have it marked, and they go into the airplane and something happens, the pressurization changes,
Mm-hmm.
and it
Yep.
messes up the post office supplies or equipment. So they're making these new rules about items with lithium batteries in it. And that was the last news thing I had.
All right. Well, I have got a few news pieces. So let me share my screen. Let me, again, the ability to do this. So I know. Me and this tool, we are really trying to become friends. Okay, I think I'm there. Can you see my screen? No.
Nope. We did it
Uh,
last week.
I
Yep.
know. There we go. All right. Okay, I think we're there now. Okay, so the first thing in the news that I was able to pick up was that Amazon's being sued for ending its free wholesale foods delivery as a prime benefit. So they're being sued for that. They're ending that. There's a couple of things that Amazon is ending. The irony is, like you talked about last week, I think you talked about Amazon's opening up a store. And I was like, they closed the other stores. So I don't know what Amazon, they don't know what they're doing. They just all over the scoreboard. But yeah, they've ended this comes to us from GeekWire. Sorry. First of all, it comes to us from GeekWire. And they are ending, or they ended their Whole Foods delivery for Prime members. So they're being sued for that. This is going to be interesting.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, someone filed a suit in the U.S. District Court in Seattle. They named two California plaintiffs that are suing for that. So interesting. We'll see what happens. But if you didn't already know, your ability to get free Whole Foods delivery with your Prime membership ended. It ended a little while ago, though. It did, actually. All right. So the next one is that Blue Apron launches Walmart e-commerce offering as meal kits to diversify. So that's great, Blue Apron, and you'll be able to find Blue Apron on Walmart's site to buy it. Walmart, of course, is allowing brands to come on board, so they are being very friendly to brands. And I think we had a conversation with Mihal Chapnick recently, or at least I did, where we talked about getting your brand on Walmart. So if you haven't already done so, this might be something that you're interested in, is looking at, getting your brand established on Walmart or reclaiming it if there's resellers on it. So this article comes to us from payments.com. You can go to payments.com for that one. Then the next article is from Yahoo and Yahoo Lifestyle. And Amazon just dropped a motherload of weekend deals starting at $3. There was a bunch of weekend deals. And I think these deals were in direct competition and response to Walmart Plus deals that were dropped this weekend. So we'll talk about that in just a second. But so Amazon dropped a bunch of deals. You can go and look at it. Came to us from Yahoo Life. By the time you see this, the deals are probably going to be over. They might have some extensions to them, but I think this is a precursor to Prime Day. We don't know when Prime Day is going to be. They haven't announced it. The assumption is it's probably going to be the second week in July, probably that Monday and Tuesday, but we'll see. Maybe it'll be Tuesday and Wednesday. Who knows? Amazon is not telling us yet. They might announce something this week. We'll see. But if you haven't already started working on your Prime deals, and why Prime Day matters, is because, when Amazon has a deal, you have more traffic driven to the internet for online buyers. Whenever Amazon host announces whatever, their information is going to be published online. It's going to be on their main website. It's going to be in radio ads. It's going to be a TV ads. It's going to be in newspaper print. It's going to be everywhere. So that means you get free advertising, just period, just because they're having Prime Day. So if you're selling products on Amazon or any other platform, all platforms are going to get a kick, a boost, a hike in sales because of the Prime Day announcement. And that also means that all the platforms are going to also offer some kind of deal. So it may be an opportunity for you if you're doing retail arbitrage or taking advantage of, reselling products on other platforms, for you to acquire some new inventory. So just putting it out there in the universe. Next, Walmart Plus, they're hosting a sale. So again, the sale is this weekend, last weekend, whatever. So it's the last day to save on tech, home, fashion, ahead of Prime Day. Again, Prime Day has not officially been announced, but everybody knows it's coming. So we're still waiting for Amazon to tell us when Prime Day 2020 is going to be here. So it's going to take place in July. And so Walmart was putting some deals out there. So if you wanted to know what the deals are, the weekend deals, you can go and come look at this article. It comes to us from CNET. So again, CNET has the article on the Walmart Plus deals. You may just want to maybe put a Google alert to take advantage of some of those Walmart Plus deals, especially if you're a Walmart Plus member. Because I will tell you, they don't do as good of a job as Amazon when it comes to notifying their members that there is a Walmart Plus sale going on. They don't tell you. They're not there yet. So just gonna put that out into the universe so that you know that. Next, speaking on things that are sunsetting, Oberlo is sunsetting. If you're a Shopify seller, it is going to be shutting down as of June 15th of 2022. So they are suggesting or offering the opportunity for you to migrate to DSers, which is it's for drop shippers. So DSers is what it's called. And it's another app that's a replacement for Oberlo. If I understand correctly, Oberlo was bought by Shopify some time ago. And then from there, Shopify decided that they were going to go ahead and shut down the app. And so now people are being forced to move to other options. Now, we've used in our household, like I got Tony going on Oberlo, and then, of course, we had to leave it. But Tony's my son. We went to we had Dropify for years, and we still have an account with Dropify. We're looking at Spocket, and we're looking at some others. Was it CJ Dropshipping and some others? Vend something. I'm not going to remember it right now. But in any case, what you need to know is that if you have a Shopify store and you have an integration or the app is installed on your store for Oberlo, you have until June the 15th to move to something else. So we just want you to be aware of that. And this is directly on Oberlo's site. If you go to app-FAQs, there's a whole summary of everything that you need to know about this. And then last but not least, as Kelly mentioned before, another software is sunsetting, I guess, ending support. GoDaddy Bookkeeping. So this comes to us, of course, from the same article Kelly was looking at, which was e-commerce bites. And so you have until June the 18th, I believe, will discontinue its online bookkeeping on June the 18th. So you might want to go look and see what other, tools you could potentially migrate to. Evidently, there's a discount that's being offered to QuickBooks. So again, it's another option. It's another opportunity. If you want to get familiar with it, use that tool instead of GoDaddy Bookkeeping. It's another option. So that comes to us from e-commerce bites. Anything you want to say about any of those, Kelly?
Well, it's June 18th. We got 13 days.
You better get with the program.
Yeah, like I don't know which one I want. I want something that's easy, like GoDaddy Bookkeeping. I like it. It was hands off. All I had to do was but go through it every once in a while to make sure that everything was marked correctly, and I didn't have to worry about it tracked all my sales for all my you know platforms, and I didn't have to mess with it. But
So frustrating. So very frustrating. I know, Kelly. I know. I understand. All right, so guys, we're going to transition over to our e-commerce tip, and today we're talking about 8 retail arbitrage stores. This is by no means the entire list, but this is just the idea of some stores that you should check out if you're doing retail arbitrage. You can also chunk out the online version of a lot of these stores, and you can use that as your online arbitrage. Add that to your online arbitrage strategy as well. So, with that being said, I'm going to start with the first store. I'll go ahead and get started. So the first one is like your general stores, your Targets and your Walmarts of the world. We've all heard of those stores. They always have some great deals. You can definitely check out the clearance section. You can check out the end caps. Definitely check out the center aisles. You can look for in the seasonal section. And then, of course, the clearance. And these stores typically have a couple of times a year where they'll have a big sale on different things, meaning like Target always has a sale on clothes for kiddos for sure. Walmart does too, but they do have like they kind of showcase that in specific areas. And Walmart will have sales on toys, or they'll mark down the toys, or sometimes it'll be secret clearance on toys. And so installing the Walmart app and also installing the Target app can also be helpful to you if you're doing retail arbitrage and you're happy to be doing it from these stores. Is there anything else you want to add to that, Miss Kelly?
um, you just remember what you did the year before. A lot of times you like keep track. Oh, I got these Halloween decorations from Walmart, and they sold really well last year. So maybe I'll go ahead and pre-order some. As soon as I see them on the website, I'll order them off the website, so I don't have to go tracking to the Walmart.
Absolutely. 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 All right. Next one, Kelly, is yours.
Grocery stores. HEBs is something down here in Texas. If you people going, so if you're outside Texas, you're going, what in the world's an HEB? So we have HEB, Kroger, Safeway, Publix, Piggly Wiggly, you know, Tom
Albertsons,
Thumb,
Tom Thumb. Yep.
Albertson, all grocery stores. Yeah, they all the time. Grocery stores have toy aisles, and around Christmas time, they right before Christmas time, they're trying to clear out the old stuff from the toy aisles to get the newer toys in, and you'll find some awesome toy deals because not they don't their toys don't turn as fast as like at Walmart and stuff because people don't go to the grocery stores usually to buy toys. Um, Also, your seasonal food items like your pumpkin spice coffee. After the fall, after once Christmas and everything goes away, that stuff tends to go really cheap because they want it out to get the diet stuff in because that's what's coming up. And I've made lots of money selling those pumpkin spice coffees in the middle of June because their date's still good. You got to always check your expiration dates on any food to make sure it's
Oh
still
yeah.
good. But people want pumpkin spice year round, So
And
yeah,
also check the
you
clearance aisle for some of the foods
yeah,
as well.
clearance aisles, just like any other store, check clearance and get to know what their clearance stickers look like. So if you're just doing your normal grocery shopping, you just kind of look out for those stickers, and maybe you'll find something that's marked down 80% off, and you scan it and find out that it's selling for lots of money on Amazon, and you can, you know, you know, just have yourself make yourself a little separate basket to put that stuff in so you can buy it separately. Keep your business money separate from your personal money. Make it easier for your accountant and your bookkeeping. So
Yes. Today or the other day, I found at the store in the clearance section, I found some Dr. Pepper beans. Again, Dr. Pepper is huge here in Texas, and to find a can of those, like I wonder what those things would sell for. I made a mental note of which stores sold them, but I found them on clearance. I was like, yeah, I need to look that up because that's a specialty item,
Mhm.
and definitely there's probably an interest in that if you list it. There's going to be some buyers, and it probably will sell out quickly. If I don't find it online, I wouldn't be surprised I didn't find it online because there's so few of them, and because of the fact that the demand, once it goes up, it immediately sells out, and so the listing, depending on the platform, goes away. So
And don't
yeah,
forget about like your limited edition
yes,
Oreos. Like those
oh,
sell
like
good.
crazy. Yep,
Hmm.
when they have those specialty flavors that come out, those sell like hotcakes. All right, your next one is your dollar stores. So of course there's the dollar store itself, and Dollar General, Family Dollar. There's all kinds of dollar this and dollar that that you may have. You may have some local community dollar stores or dollar stores that are at the mall. You know, the little knickknacks, the little interesting things. The one thing that I find is that sometimes, ironically, some of these things that you see at the dollar store, sometimes they are being showcased in what is that? Not tasty, but there's all of these videos where they show people using little gadgets, and so it's a video full of little gadgets or hacks, and they'll play
TikTok?
something, huh?
TikTok?
Well, we already know about TikTok. I'm talking about the one that has the long video. So it's a long video of succession of different types of little
Oh,
hacks that people use for, watering your plant or fixing like those. They put some rubber bands on some spoons to use it as a tong, or put a wooden spoon over boiling pot to keep. So they have all these little hacks, and it's something that plays on Facebook for sure over and over again. But some of the little gadgets that they showcase, you might find those at the Dollar Tree, Dollar General, Family Dollar. And don't forget that these stores also have sales, they have deals, they have clearance aisles. And in some cases, the quantities, they're definitely unique. The quantities for them are unique. So don't overlook those stores as well as an opportunity to make some money. So, or to find products that you can resell or flip. What do
great
you
for
want to add?
making bundles too.
Oh, they're absolutely great for making bundles. Absolutely. Miss
So your
Kelly?
discount stores. So that's like Big Lots, five and below. Um, let's see, Tuesday morning, Ollie's in some area.
Yep.
You can find
Sorry.
some great stuff there. Especially Big Lots. Occasionally they have a weekend where get 20% off. Uh, so just, but I watch their prices because like they're saying, yeah, we're a discount store, but then I look at their prices and I'm like, that's not, discount. Believe me.
That's true. Watch their prices. But they do
Hmm.
have some unique things that are only unique to that store,
Yeah.
or that are only unique for a period of time. And some
Hmm.
of the things that they sell every single year. So like they'll do the gingerbread houses at Big Lots and Dollar Tree, and of course they sell every year, but they always bring the same ones out. So if you've already got an existing listing, you already have the specifics, you already know what the price point is that might be selling for that particular item, you can sell that item over and over again. So they do bring back some of the favorites. So keep that in mind if you source from those stores. All right. Next one is specialty stores. So specialty stores like Lowe's, AutoZone, etc. Like Home Depot, Ace Hardware, PetSmart, Petco, all of these like specialty stores, a cigar store, a candle store, um, they all have great potential and great opportunities to be able to source products, and most people don't think about that. Sometimes they have deals that are inside the store and in the back or in clearance areas online. You can find like their month or their weekly ads. So there's always an opportunity because people have. There's a reason why people go to AutoZone, a Napa Auto Parts, or O'Reilly's. They go there for a reason. Like they need a specific thing. Same thing with Lowe's, Home Depot. So I would challenge you to go walk one of those stores. Just walk them and make a note on what's in the end caps, what's in each aisle, some of the products that are there, because maybe you're not sourcing from these stores because you've never really walked the store to see what the potential might be. Now, I will tell you, some of these products that are in these stores are higher priced. So you could reverse source, go into the store, get the idea, get the concept, and then find a supplier that maybe you can get it from cheaper. That is another potential opportunity as well. Anything you want to add to that, Kelly?
No.
All right, this one's yours.
Thrift stores. Of course, I love thrift stores, but you can find new items on it, new items in them sometimes. I went this weekend to Goodwill and I found puzzles that were still sealed. So, yeah, you can find still new items. You find clothes with tags on them still, especially if maybe a local store donates all their stuff that doesn't sell for the season at the end of the season to the thrift store to get it out of their inventory. So you can find new stuff in thrift stores. You can find books and stuff. I'm
For
trying to
sure.
think anything else with retail because I it's great for I found a bunch of printer ink 2 weeks ago, and
Nice.
yeah, their goodbye date is 2019. I paid $3.99 per box, and I sold one box so far to set today for $28.
Nice. Nice. It's always
So
nice to get a really good deal. Find some stuff for dirt
yeah.
cheap and flip it, sell it.
Hmm.
Okay, local stores, your local mom and pops. There's always something at your local mom and pop stores that maybe you hadn't thought about. These are stores that are in your community, maybe around the corner, maybe in your city, that may be specialized to your area. They may also have a lot of great kitschy things that are sort of fun and whimsical and unique. And they may be opportunities, or you may find an opportunity to partner with some of these mom and pops if they're hand making any of these things or sourcing them from a specific area of the world that is for a cause. Like, I know that there's like a store that I've seen where they source baskets they, from some women, maybe I think it's Peru or somewhere, where these are women that they're trying to take care of their families, and so the story behind the baskets is sort of a big deal. And that product is only I've only seen it in that kind of store or maybe an online store, but there's other things that are in there, and so it's sort of a cause driven store where everything that's sourced in there is sourced with a cause story behind it. And again, mom and pops, they may have a health food store that they've opened up, or a sporting goods store that's unique to sports that are in the area, because Texas football, like you might find a whole bunch of if you go to a local mom and pop football store, there might be a lot of stuff that they have in there just for your specific region or area where people are passionate about the topic of whatever it happens to be. So local mom and pop shoe stores where they maybe make the shoes, or they repair the shoes and sell shoes. So look into those stores. Local stores may be worth researching and seeing what's available to source. And sometimes they have stuff that's on clearance or discontinued items, and you can use those to make a lot of money as well. All right, Kelly.
Your convenience stores, yeah, your like your 7-Elevens, and we used to have Stripes. Now our Stripes turned to 7-Elevens or Bucky's and such. I've seen at some stores the 7-Eleven and such, they have their own specialty pops, like the little Funko Pops. So they have their own specialty pops that are only available in that store, and say that store is only in your region. Like I think up north they only have Wawas up north. We don't have Wawas down here in Texas. I don't even know what a Wawa is. I know it's the convenience store. That's about it. So maybe someone wants that specialty um, pop of a superhero that's only down here, and you go and you flip it and able to get it to the person up there in the north who don't have the access to it there.
Absolutely. I do want to throw in one bonus. Drugstores, that's another one. We love the CVS's and
Mm-hmm.
Walgreens and Rite Aids of the world. So I will throw those in as well now that we're talking about convenience stores, because Bucky's has a plethora of things. I mean, like, it's insane in that store. It is.
Bucky's is the super Walmart of convenience stores.
There you go. It's the super Walmart of convenience stores. It's the hypermart of convenience stores for sure. So yeah, don't overlook your drugstores. There's a lot of opportunity. I will tell you, on our team, Tony makes a significant amount of money just sourcing from the Walgreens and the CVS's of the world. She makes a lot of money from that. So I feel like she probably hits about 8 to 10 of them a day because they're everywhere. So anyway,
Yeah, I occasionally get to the drugstores. I don't since I've changed my business to where I'm mostly doing vintage items from to sell. Um, I don't do as much retail arbitrage anymore, but if I happen to find some when I'm at when I stop by a drugstore, I'm not gonna leave them.
oh yeah, if you find a good deal, especially if you got a coupon, you got a discount, you got cash, reward, bucks, whatever, take advantage of that. So, all right. So this is not by any stretch of the imagination, all of them, but we just want to give you an idea of some things if you're doing retail arbitrage and if you find the online version of some of these. So we do have it a retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, retail arbitrage workshop coming up. It is Tuesday the 7th and also the 14th. And we encourage you to go get registered. We'd love to have you join us. Retail arbitrage is how all of us got cut our teeth in this e-commerce game and started our journey. It is something that we are all passionate about, and we're all very experienced with it. We still do some retail arbitrage from time to time on the side, as you can clearly tell. And we want to be able to help you on your retail arbitrage journey. So we encourage you to go sign up for our workshops, 2-part series, again, June the 7th and the 14th. And you can go get registered right now. The other thing, you can go to bit.ly/retail with a capital R, ARB with a capital A, and work with a capital W. So retail ARB work and with a capital A, RA, and W. So go get registered. Bitly is very sensitive about where the capitals are and where the lower cases are. So you have to type it exactly like that. But go get registered today, and can't wait to see you in class. We're looking forward to it. We do want to let you know that we still have our workshops, our Econ Sellers Mastery workshops that are happening right now. Our print on demand challenge is happening right now, the summer challenge, where we're creating one new design every single day. So we invite you to come and join us on that journey. We're meeting for 30 minutes every day at 6 o'clock. So yeah, you should join us. And we focus on one specific thing, one part of print on demand every day, to simplify this journey and to make it maybe a little less overwhelming. The next is that we do have our eBay Mastery and our Amazon Mastery workshops that are starting. There are 6 parts to those, and we invite you to get started with us. If you are interested in learning how you can get to your goal numbers on those 2 platforms, then you can go get registered at econsellersmastery.com. Go get registered for the Print on Demand Challenge and the eBay Mastery Challenge and the Amazon Mastery Challenge as well, or Mastery workshops, the road to 10K. So when you come to the page, if you scroll down, you'll see all of the options at the bottom, or not at the bottom, the middle part of the page. So go get registered right now. 60 products in 60 days. If you got kids that have nothing to do, they're just sitting around playing video games or on their phone all day, then you can give them some work to do. They can spend at least 30 minutes every day creating something new to put up on a platform to be able to sell and to learn how to make money and become entrepreneurs. I think that's a wonderful thing. The other thing we wanted to mention is our digital ecom planner is on sale. I think last time we had it 19.95. It's actually 14.95. So it is 40% off. 40% off. We encourage you to go get it. You can grab it at myecomplanner.com. Use it to help you get focused and organized for Q4 that is coming up. Fourth quarter will be here before you know it. We're at the tail end, or we're at the end, the last month of Q2. Then we're going to be going into Q3, and then everything about Q3 is probably going to be a blur, because, and so will everything about Q4 will be a blur, but you'll just have a lot of money, hopefully. So this is a great time to lay the foundation for your future success in your business. Go grab the digital econ planner at $14.95. That is a steal at 40% off. You can go to myecomplanner.com to get that. And join us on a daily basis as we do the daily, weekly, and monthly econ planning sessions. They're in the morning. They're around 7:15ish in the morning, and we invite you to come hang out. We're live in the e-commerce planning Facebook group, and we're also live on Clubhouse. So it's an opportunity for you to get more organized, get more focused, get more structured, get consistent in your e-commerce business on your journey. And so, with that being said, let me see if I can find what window I'm in, Kelly, because I have no idea. This process of, removing things. Let me just get rid of this. I think I got it now. There we go. All right. Well, I hope this information is helpful to you guys. And this has been another episode of the Ecom Sellers Podcast with my amazing co host, my co pilot on this journey,
Kelly the Ecom Mom Ward.
there she goes. And I'm Nicole Whitlock. Come back and join us. Share this out with a friend. Let someone else know about the Ecom Sellers Podcast. And come check us out next week when we have another episode of the Ecom Sellers Podcast. We'll say goodbye for now. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
All right. Hello, everybody. This is Nicole Whitlock with Ecom Sellers. And this is our weekly spotlight where we catch up with other e commerce sellers that are on this journey with us. And today we are catching up with Horace Lyons. So if you don't know Horace, you can check out his YouTube channel. What's your YouTube channel, Horace?
It is what to sell on Amazon.
What to sell on Amazon. Okay, so go check out his YouTube channel. So Horace was one of our key feature speakers for our last summit, the Ecom Seller Summit 2022. And I just wanted to catch up with Horace. I actually been messaging him for a while. Say, hey, what's going on? Let's catch up. Let's find out what's happening in your business, what's happening in your life. So Horace, what is going on in your world these days? How's your business? How's your life? How are things going? And what are you doing right now?
Okay, so first of all, thanks for catching up with me. I appreciate it. It's a lonely world out here sometimes as solo entrepreneurs. Um, I don't make it a secret. Everybody knows who follows me. I work a regular job as a truck driver. So recently, I have been doing city work. So I just work in one city, picking up and delivering freight. Well, I'm with the same company, but now I'm doing more longer distance. I'm still home every night, but I'm going to the state of New Jersey, turning around and coming back. So that's a little different, but it's a little bit better for me because when
Okay.
you do city work, well, you got to go against the dock. You got to load freight, unload freight, sign paperwork, navigate cities and city streets. Whereas now it's all turnpike, interstate, go from one of my terminals, go to another terminal from my company, drop, hook, trailers, come right back. No customers. So that's a little bit better for me because um, I can do better with my business. I'm starting a little bit later, so that gives me a couple more of the peak hours where my business is really working. Um, Speaking of which, the business itself, it things have actually improved for me. Uh, and again, for those that follow my channel, that follow me, I typically do about 10,000 a month in revenue. that's about where I'm at. I work a full-time job, so it's not that big of a deal. But I decided I wanted to increase revenue. And
Okay.
instead of doing 10,000 a month, now we're up to 17,000 a month. And it really only took about 3 months to get there. And
Nice.
for me, that's a significant number. For a lot of people, it's not. But when you just look at at the increase, if you just
Uh-huh.
quantify the increase, it's pretty significant. And later, maybe we can talk about exactly what I focused on, because I can tell you, I can give you a hint. I'm doing the same thing. The business doesn't change. You buy, you sell. So what exactly did I do different that could
Well,
take
I
me?
would love to hear what you did differently. So before you get into that, first, I want you to. I don't know if there's any way you can be louder because I got back a little bit of background noise, but if there's any way that you can get a little closer to your speaker, I don't know.
I think I can get closer. I got to get a
Uh,
microphone because we're talking. I'm using my laptop.
no. Yeah, that actually you sound a little clearer now, so we got you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, I'll get a little closer.
All right. So, for me, well, congratulations. First of all, to go from 10,000 to 17,000 is nice. So, yes, we do want to hear that because I want to catch up with you on that. What I got going on is, of course, Ecom Seller Summit is coming up. We're going to be reaching out to speakers. And so we're right around the corner from Q4. You already know Prime Day is right around the corner, literally. I'm guessing it's going to be the second week in July, that Monday and Tuesday, but they haven't announced anything. So, we know it's coming. So we're preparing for that. I'm dealing with a print on demand challenge. I've been working with my son who has Asperger's, and he has been with our print on demand challenge. We're challenging people to create one new design every single day. And we're teaching them to start with simple printables and then moving to some more complex strategies. And every day, just being consistent and creating a new listing. And so I'm so proud of my son. I don't know what number he's up to now, but school it out. Oh God, I'm going to get the date wrong. Like May the 21st or something like that. And so he's been creating designs, and I am so proud of him. So I've been trying to wrangle other people who have kiddos that are like sitting around hanging out on the Xbox or the Nintendo going, look, instead of just letting your child just sit there in front of those games and do pretty much nothing indirectly, why, and other than learn how to shoot, we want to go there. Why don't you teach them how to, learn how to sell, and they can do something with the skills that they have. They know technology way better than we do. Let's hashtag facts. Let's just say that. So I've been working on that. We're also working on helping him develop skills because he's going to be graduating in another year and a half. No, year and a half. Yeah, another year and a half. I'm not ready.
Yeah,
I'm not ready.
It's so good to hear you say that. My children, they've been gone for a long time. My youngest is 25, and then they go up to, I don't know, 30, 31, something like that. But the thing of it is all my kids worked in my business, and they didn't get allowance. They earned, and they earned a lot. They are so valuable if you have kids. So it's good to hear that. Now, I always had hoped that I would spark an entrepreneurial spirit in my children. They didn't want it. They ended up going off to college, but they were exposed to the possibilities out there. So, and it really did help. My business did a lot better when I had them, because then I could manage better and I could work on the business. Now I have to work in the business.
In the business, yeah.
It's a choice. I could outsource. I just choose not to do it. But it always warms my heart when I see an entrepreneur that brings in family members. Let them be involved. Let them be a part of what you're doing. You don't know. You look at that kid, oh, that lazy kid playing a video game. Did you offer him something?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Did you give him an opportunity to potentially develop a skill over the summer? And that's where I am like, let's just develop a skill over the summer. And also, you're going to be an adult soon. And, with him having a disability, for me, it's extremely important for him to be able to know alternative ways to make money that's legitimate so that if he finds himself in a situation, because if you look at the stats around those with intellectual disabilities and the fact that they are underemployed significantly, it's not pretty.
Mhm.
And so, the fact that he does have an intellectual disability, that may impact his opportunity to get jobs. He may go on interviews and never get the job because they sense he's different, something's different about him. And so I'm like, I want you to be able to keep the lights on and keep water coming out of the faucet and keep a roof over your head. So I'm going to show you how to do this thing called e-commerce, so
Yes.
that way, if it ever comes down to it, you can still do, you can still take care of yourself in the midst of, either, and then also helping him with coping skills about being rejected, just in case it comes down to, I applied for 50 jobs or 100 jobs and nobody will hire me.
This is so great. I'm so excited for you and him because you got to understand, I'm excited about e-commerce. You know, your son, he may go for an interview and get rejected, but that same person that rejected him for a job is not going to reject the goods that he offers if that person wants it. He's going to be all right. He's
You're
going to
going
be
to
all
be all
right
right.
because of you. A lot of people, I think big. When you're an entrepreneur, you have such an ability to affect so many people and empower them.
Yeah.
You're empowering your child. That's not what we go into business looking at a lot of times. We just thinking, oh, I want to make some money. This is bigger than that. This is
Yes.
big.
Yeah. So that's where my spirit is, my energy is, my focus is on him and helping him to develop that skill. So at least he can figure out how to source for himself, how to list for himself, how to ship, fulfill orders, how to keep a store up, how to, all of the things that you need to do that are part of the e-commerce journey. And, by the time he graduates, if I am not, his guardian, because again, there's that whole other factor because he does have an intellectual disability. I have two on the spectrum. One is more severe than the other. And so I may have to be both of their guardians from a legal standpoint, depending on, what happens. So I want him to be able to have some level of independence and some level of accomplishment on his own without me, should he choose to go down that path. Now, if he wants to still hang out with me, I'm not going to kick him out. So, but if he says, I want to be independent, I need you to know how to be independent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good.
So that's where I've been spending my time working on preparing. We've got the summit coming up. And so I've been starting the early process of evaluating things and getting ready for the summit. And then, sorry, my alarms go off and now the screen is dead. Me and this phone. I told you I was trying to send you a link earlier and it wouldn't send the link. There we go. This thing. Anyway, it's a possessed phone. Then, getting ready for the summit, doing the print on demand challenge, which is happening right now, and just trying to get as many people as possible in the print on demand challenge, and then preparing for the other products that we're rolling out later on this year. So I've been busy trying to recover my business. In the other room, my son is working with my brother and another young lady who comes to my house every week. And right now they're working on putting together bundles for listings to put on eBay for jewelry. So, and watches. So that's our next thing. And they're over there sifting through them as, it's something we do. We're always working. We're always working in the business. Yeah. So anyway, so tell us what's happening in your business, how you get to this $7,000 increase. We are all ears.
Just a shift in thinking.
Okay.
Now, and this is going to apply to a lot of your listeners. What happens is this, and I'm talking specifically to the ones that have been working this business for a period of time, to where you sort of just get into a routine. And we're creatures of habits. But that doesn't mean they're good habits. Okay. If you want good habits, you got to decide that you want good habits, and then you have to start taking those actions, and then those actions become habits over time.
Absolutely.
I got into the habit of, sourcing products, sending products in. Some of them sell, some of them don't. And for those of you, you all know if you've been doing this business, the replenishables rise to the top like cream. Then what happens is what's going to make the difference. Here's what I was doing. I was sourcing, I was prepping, I was shipping in, and then I was going about other parts of my life, and then I'd say, "Oh, all those sold out. I better send some more in," because I'm doing my YouTube channel. I got a course. I do coaching. I offer ungated leads list. I got other stuff going on, and you know what? The business doesn't care what else you got going on. You're either feeding the business or you are not. And that is the only thing. And it's easy to say, "Oh, I'm just going to keep the inventory coming in." It's easy to say that. It's not so easy to do it. And if you don't know, then you haven't been doing this business long enough. But let me give you some advice. When those replens reveal themselves, as they always do, you have got to treat that like gold, and you have to approach it like you will never, ever let a customer who is ready to make a purchase step up to the plate and you're not ready. You missed that opportunity and you will never get it again. You don't know if that customer is going to come back. He's in his window to shop right now. He ain't trying to see if you got it now, and if not, well, I'll check to see if he got it later. That's not how this works.
That's not how this works.
The minute I shifted my focus to say, no matter what, I know my replens. I've been doing this business long enough. Why are they ever running out of stock?
Why are they ever?
Ever. And the minute I made that shift, everything changed. Now, I'm going to take it. I just sat down with one of my close consultants, and I said, you know what? Now we got to take it to another level. Because, if you really want to scale your business, you have to understand there is one thing and one thing alone that affects how much you're going to sell, and that is how much you're sourcing. And you got to start thinking like a business person. See, what made me start thinking, hey, I can't run out of replenishables, I had to start thinking like a manager. I've always thought like a hustler. That's why I affectionately refer to my tribe as working class hustlers. Here's the thing about hustlers. Hustlers have an attitude of flipping stuff. Let me buy this and let me flip it. And look at how much money I made. You could be hustling backwards though. When you're really running a legitimate business, you have to start thinking and behaving like a manager. Managers look at their shelves and go, well, this product sells a lot. Oh, we're going to need some more of that. And we need to get that on order before we run out because we have enough data. We have enough statistics. We can, predict about how much we're going to need. We need to start seeing if we can get it cheaper. Can we get deals? Are there other suppliers? Can we lock down the market? You got to start thinking like a manager. And I'm going to tell you something. Oh, I'm going to get the numbers that I want, because when you start thinking like a business and start running it like a manager, you realize that if you want your revenue to grow, we make money when we source. You don't make the money when it sells. Sales is part of the process down the road. How much you purchase? What is your purchasing budget? You already know how to do this, guys. You know how to purchase. You know how to source. You know how to take a product through the evaluation process. What you gonna do now? Because, for example, my budget, I'll share it with you. I'm spending like $6,000 a month in inventory. Ain't good enough. If I want to double the revenue, I'm gonna have to start doubling the purchases.
Right.
You ain't gonna make no sales if you ain't got the inventory. How do you get the inventory? You got to purchase it. How much? Well, how much do you want to grow? And if you can't get past that, here's what happens. You keep saying, I wanna make more money. And you ain't thinking about purchasing. The minute you focus on purchasing, the whole game changes.
You got to know how much you potentially have to spend. After you've been doing this for a while, you figure out how much I need to spend. So you're going to go from $6,000 to $10,000 a month. But what is that $10,000 going to become? Or you're going to find better places, newer places, cheaper places, other methods of acquiring your inventory at a lower price, so that your budget is going to jump, but it doesn't have to go from 6,000 to 18,000. It can go maybe from 6,000 to 12,000 and still be able to triple your numbers because you got better and more strategic at sourcing and buying your inventory. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm with
and
you.
this is what I'm saying. When you start thinking like a manager, you start thinking beyond, ooh, I bought this and I sold it. You start thinking, okay, what is my average ticket? What for most of my products, what is the average sale price? I can tell you guys right now, my average ticket is $24. The average item over all of my SKUs. So if I'm gonna say, okay, I have the option. I can start getting into inventory that has a higher ticket price.
Yep.
Now I've got the same purchasing budget, but I don't have to send as many in.
Right.
You got to think about that. If I'm doing the numbers I'm doing right now, sending in about, I don't know, 700 items a month, well, that's got to be doubled, guys. Get ready to send in 1,400.
Yeah.
And be a manager so that you don't say 1,400. You say 1,400 a month. Well, how many is that a week? Well, how many is that a day? Then you start. You see what I'm saying? That's a manager.
I already know. Look, I don't know if you have ever listened to my morning ecom motivation. I do an ecom morning motivation every single day. And that's the kind of stuff I talk about. I'm like, look, if you want to be $1 million seller, you need to take that number divided by the remaining number of quarters in the year, remaining number of months in the year, the remaining number of weeks in the year, and the remaining number of days in the year. You need to know whether or not you're meeting your objective and your goal every single day. You need to be tracking your stats. That's the reason why I'm sorry. I got to grab my little planner here. I have a planner that we created, and it's underneath my other laptop. But anyway, the Econ planner. This is the older copy. But anyway, I have my Econ planner. The other one's on the other side. But anyway, as you can see, I barked mine up and everything. But we talk about daily tracking stats. We talk about tracking your stats every single day. You need to know how many, you can't even see none of that. But anyway, like, okay, well, how many listings did you create every single day? How many listings did you rework? What were your sales every single day? You should know your numbers. I did a Monday's session, or Monday last week, whatever. It was Tiffany Haddish's productivity hacks. Oh. And do you know that was the talk? That was my talk. And do you know what Tiffany Haddish's productivity hack is?
No.
Checking her bank account every morning.
That's it?
She does a lot of other things, but the biggest thing to motivate her, she does a lot of different things. She shuts off her, she has quiet time. She puts her phone on do not disturb. She does nightly planning and then morning planning so she knows what her day is. She organizes things like she knows what's coming up and all this other stuff. But one of her biggest productivity hacks that motivates her the most is looking at her bank account every single day. Well, because when you look at
I look at mine and I ain't gonna get motivated.
But yes, you will, because here's the deal. When you're on the road to whatever number you're working to get to, so if you're going from 10,000 to 20,000, you'll be able to visually see every single day whether or not you're getting closer and closer based on your sales, based on the revenue, based on the activity that's happening, whether or not you're getting closer and closer to that daily goal number by looking about what's happening in your bank account. Okay, well, clearly I'm not putting up enough listings. Clearly I'm not shipping enough into the Amazon warehouse. Clearly I'm not, and you'll start to see that shift. It may take a couple of weeks because, we send stuff in maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks afterwards, and we start to see those numbers start doing this and this and this.
Yeah, that's another thing. A lot of guys show their numbers, and a lot of guys, newbies, are looking, look at those numbers, and they don't realize these sales are coming from items that may have been sourced months back. There's a mixture. Some of it are replens. Some of it are items that sat. Another thing, Nicole, again, I've been in this business for a long time. But that doesn't mean I was doing everything right. You get into these habits, and all of them are good. You know how you handle your money. It seems like I'm on this wheel, and it keeps going round and round. I buy, I sell. Then the money comes in. Well, what are you doing with the money? Because if you're not
reinvest
back into the business, you know what happens? You start putting it towards all this debt that nobody talks about. All this debt. So you make mistakes when you start in business. Mistakes, that costs money. That's your tuition. And that debt sitting there, and you start moving money around, you got to start thinking, okay, how much we got to reinvest so that our budget continues to grow.
Right.
And that budget is what allows you to eventually get to numbers where you can start really getting out of debt. You know, this is business debt, not just any debt, but it's still debt. Any business that's trying to grow will experience debt. Not a lot of people talk about that. How do you take an Amazon business or anything else that's working, and how do you start managing the money so that you can take care of the operating costs? Once you get to a certain level, you basically operating expenses is a big thing. And if you don't make a concerted effort to say, okay, a certain percentages has to be put back into the purchasing budget, it won't happen.
It won't happen.
So no matter what kind of numbers you do, the bank account don't grow. So you got to think about it. Oh, one more thing. Since we did the Ecom Seller Summit, you had a couple of guests on there that was talking about Walmart. Now, I had a Walmart account and I was over it because the Walmart platform, it's a little clunky.
It's different.
It's a little wonky. And it was like, well, after the Ecom Seller Summit, I got motivated. And you know what I got motivated to do? I got motivated to do the thing that I did not want to do, learn another platform. And once I learned it, Walmart is a great place to sell, especially because I tend to focus on grocery, specifically snack foods. Walmart is a great place for that. And I wanted to add that as far as how my business is going. Walmart has increased significantly. I wish I had the numbers, but at least 3 times what I was doing.
Well, you're going to be ready to crush it because let's just talk about what we get ready to go into. So we're going into the summer. It's beginning of June. You are going to be crushing it all summer. People are going to be traveling to go see grandma, go to family reunions, go to weddings. They're going to be buying a whole bunch of snacks and putting them in the car. Okay, so they're going to go to Walmart, stock up, or they're going to order online because they ain't got time to run to Walmart because their life is too busy. So they're going to be prepping. And then you got kids that are going to go to grandma's house or go to grandpa's house or whatever. And that grandma and grandpa are going to have them groceries dropped off because they ain't got time to watch the kids and, go grocery shopping. Then you have back to school. You got all these kids that graduated and they're going to college. So parents are going to be sending them snack bags out to the school. So they're going to go online, order the snack bag, send it to them college dorms. And you're going to make a whole bunch of money from that. And then you got all these kids going to school and these parents are like, look, I work in a full-time job. I ain't got time for all this. I'm just going to order my stuff online, have it dropped off at my house and my kids snacks when school starts. So snack foods is perfect. Perfect. You know, in the next summer, maybe you just ought to do a session on just snack foods. How do you get into the snack food business? I mean, I know there's enough space for everybody.
Sure.
But I think that's awesome because you're about to crush it. But I did want to say, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, the Walmart platform listing items, they have made it a little bit easier. I can see the difference from what it was. So that's all I wanted to add to that. What was you going to say?
I was going to say, the reinvesting is one of the biggest things for those people who are looking to scale their business. In addition to planning, I think three things: consistency, planning, reinvesting. I think those 3 things are key and paramount to you scaling your business. As you continue to go through every single month and every single week, you should be evaluating and learning from those decisions so you can make better decisions, better data-driven decisions. You're evaluating your information. But I tell people, okay, what's your long game? If you're looking to quit your job, fire your boss, then my suggestion to you is if you're looking to fire your boss for the first 9 months, you reinvest 100%, if not 90% of your profits into your business for the first 9 months. So you can scale that thing like crazy. Then after that, maybe start siphoning off about 20%, 30% for a period of time. And then you can level off at some point when you get to your goal number, whatever that goal number is. If you're just, I'm just looking to save money or make enough money to pay for a vacation or these extra trips I like to take, or, just a part-time job or whatever, then maybe your first 3 months is you reinvest 100% of your profits, and then you kind of let it coast from there. But I do believe that reinvesting is key to being able to get your business where you want it to be long term. Because again, when you put that money back into the business, you can put it back into inventory, put it back into things that are going to automate your business, streamline it, scale it, whatever. Simplify, hire a VA, invest in some software that's going to allow you to work faster and work smarter and not harder. All of those things, outsource to a prep center, whatever you need to do. These are all things that are going to help you scale your business. So I believe your first 9 months, if you look at to fire your boss, reinvest 100%, if not 90% of your profits for the first 9 months without fail. So in other words,
I'm excited to see how quick it can grow.
It'll grow fast because you're priming the pump. You know what it is? You already know you're priming the pump every single day. That money is going to shoot out the other side, and you have to have enough discipline and self-control to not spend it.
When you see that big,
you're going to spend it on the right things. Okay, you need to spend it on the right things. Don't just go, oh, now I can go buy that car I wanted, and oh, by the way, I want to I'm going to get the entire house redesigned. I'm going to get an interior decorator and all this. Like, stop, pump the brakes, Thanos. What is your long game? If your long game is to quit your job so you have more freedom and more time with your family, then you need to keep reinvesting so you can scale, and then reinvest and scale. I tell people, like, take on one new thing every single month. So if that first month, you're reinvesting to scale inventory. Then the second month, reinvesting to scale inventory. Third month, reinvesting to scale inventory. Now, fourth month, maybe you invest in software, but you still reinvest into inventory. Then the fifth month, you reinvest into hiring a VA, but you got your software. Now you got your software and your VA going. Then your fifth, so every month you pick up one new thing, not 20 new things. I'm not trying to have you try to scale everything all at once, because you will literally quit the business at that point, because you'd be like, that's just too much to handle. So just incrementally, one thing to help you to scale every single month. It could be one simplified thing, like I'm going to use this other keyword research tool, or I'm going to use this repricer. Okay, fine. I'm going to outsource to this VA. I'm going to use this listing tool. Okay, just one thing, not five, one. Do that for 9 months, and you will be able to you will be able to fire your boss at the end of 12 months.
Do you know of any entrepreneurs, or do you, as an entrepreneur, ever talk about when we go ahead and fire our boss? One of the it's a big thing for me. It's not a big thing for everyone, but health insurance is a big issue. I don't really hear a lot of entrepreneurs really excited and pushing, hey, here's where you can get some affordable health care. Here's what you need to focus on. Here's what you need to budget for that. And this is what it really looks like.
I have a whole slide deck on that, babe. I've done it. I've taught it. Yeah. And as a matter of fact, the class is coming up here pretty soon on how to fire your boss, because you do, like, okay, if you're a single person, these are the expenses you have to think about. If you are married or you have a family, you have kids, these are the things that you have to consider. And so your exit from your firing your boss might not be 12 months. It might be 18 months, because you got to have a bigger cushion to be able to weather the storm. Yeah. And so, again, I'm a perfect example of that, getting COVID and then being down not once, but twice in the middle of Q4. Like, I went down at the end of August and didn't come back up for air until almost the beginning of December. Meaning being able to,
the most potential you had to earn for the entire year.
Yeah. So if you don't have a cushion, you wouldn't be able to survive a quarter of no income.
And I don't hear enough leaders, teachers, gurus, or whatever. It just seems like they want to talk about the shiny objects because that's going to attract a lot of people.
Yeah.
You got to really address this. Some of us we want optical, we want dental, we want medicine, as far as pharmacy.
You should have life insurance. A lot of these people are running their businesses. They don't even have business insurance. Okay. Let's just keep it 100. So so here's the irony is I used to be a licensed insurance agent. Okay. I saw life insurance and health insurance. So, but yeah, I talk about, the fact that you do need these things. And especially if you have a family, you have to think about major medical. And if something were to happen, you also need to make sure that you're paying attention to the opportunity of things that you can write off on your taxes and things that you can do to minimize your expenses so you have more money that you can put into the coffer. So that reinvesting is not just an idea that's just out in the universe for me. It is a real tangible thing that has real numbers attached to it. And if you focus on it, again, depending on where you are, whether you are single or whether you're married, like your number might not be 9 months, your number might be 12 or 18 months because of the fact that you need a bigger cushion to be able to check out, unplug.
You got a class coming up on that.
I have a workshop, just a free workshop on it. Yeah. Okay.
I'd love to see that.
Well, I advertise, I post it on Facebook. So, I don't know. I know you don't spend a lot of time on Facebook, and we work on the gram. I'm still working on the gram. I've been working on the gram for years, and I'm just not a gram girl. So I'm working on becoming a gram girl, but I'm not one. Okay. So yeah, so we'll have that workshop coming up. We'll also have it show up on TikTok. We'll have it show up in different places so people know that workshop is coming up, because we want people to sign up for it because it is something that will help them lay the foundation for what they need to do in that roadmap so that they can get to where they want to be. Now, there are a lot of people that decide they're going to pull the plug at 6 months. I'm not going to say that if you somehow, you've gone into your business and you're working 16 and 18 hours or whatever, and in your business every single day and for 6 months, and you're able to get, you got $200,000 in savings. I'm not going to say don't pull the trigger, but for most people, it is like you and I working in our business. It is $6,000. It is $10,000. It is $12,000. And so again, is that sustainable long-term? Well, okay. There's a difference between $10,000 in sales and $10,000 in profit.
Absolutely.
There are two different numbers. Okay. Yeah. If you look at the average, ROI for sellers, and you say, okay, the average ROI for some is 25%, some of it's 20%, some of them are 35%, then you know that 10,000 is not what they take home. And so the point that I'm, their net, that's not, what their true profit number is. So again, so I'm giving people something to think about, like, what's the number you need to replace? And so when people meet with me and we do coaching sessions, I'm like, if your number is 5,000, you got to get to this number over here if this is your average ROI. If your number is 10,000, you got to get to this number over here if your average ROI is this number. So again, you got to know what number you got to get to in order to fire your boss so that it becomes something sustainable. And yes, you do get a big spike during Q4, you get a bump, and that's nice. That should be your pad. You should siphon off. I tell people all the time, in Q4, whatever that baseline number is that you need to make. So if that baseline number is you needed to make $5,000 every single month, and let's say your Q4, you're blessed with $50,000, you need to siphon everything off the top so that you have that $15,000 for each one of those, but $5,000 for each month, $15,000. Sorry, I did math really fast. And then that extra $35,000, now you can go and pay for your life insurance for the year. You can go pay for your homeowner's insurance for the year. You can go pay for your auto insurance for the year. You can go and pay for your health insurance for the year. You can go put your deductible away for the year. You can go save for your vacation for the year. And, and for some people, depending on where you get your VAs, like if your VAs are in another country where they make $200 a month or $300 a month or $400 a month, maybe you can put aside that money for the year. So whatever is left, that's yours to reinvest into the business, to take it to another level. But now you've got all of that next year's expenses 100% taken care of.
Absolutely.
The major ones.
The realistic expectations when it comes to this. You hear these people talking about, oh, I want to do $1 million in revenue. Are you aware that you need to be sourcing $60,000 a month to do that? I mean,
yeah.
Nobody talk about that,
Yeah.
That's how you know whether or not somebody's, pulling the wool over you. If you can ask them, hey, what's your budget? What's what's your sourcing budget? If they ain't spending 40 stacks a month, they ain't really doing no real numbers because you got to spend money.
Unless they got some kind of ridiculous source of some type.
Yeah.
It's got to be something so terribly ridiculous.
Somehow the ridiculous sources never meet. So,
because I will tell you, I know some people who are doing some pallet work right now, and their numbers are ridiculous because they're getting these crazy pallets. You know, a pallet that has a profit potential of $5,000, they're getting it for $200. They're doing some crazy stuff.
Well, we've been doing this business enough. We could walk up to a pallet and know whether or not it's good, but I don't have any pallets around me.
Yeah.
And
Well, I do.
I'm not trying to bid on a pallet.
Yes.
And play potluck or whatever when we open it up.
You are playing potluck. Yes, you are.
There's no way around that.
Nope.
That's how the business works. So then we need to sell the pallets because I'm not doing that.
Yeah, because you don't know. You don't know. So, but what I'm saying is, it depends on how you acquire whatever inventory you acquire. So, I have a friend who was just amazing. It's an amazing story. And I know we got to go here in a second.
Okay.
But I'm glad to hear your story. But I do want to tell you the story about my friend. So it was a missed opportunity for me, great opportunity for her. I'm not even going to be a hater on that. So a few years ago, as we were on this retail arbitrage journey, there was a dollar store in our neighborhood, like in the little strip malls, that was going out of business. Mm-hmm. And so one of my people that I trained messaged me, and I'm like dealing with my kids. It was a Sunday or a Saturday or something. I was like, I got all these other things to do. I don't have time, to go and check on this. And so the owner just wanted to be done and liquidate the entire store because they had a deadline from the strip mall management saying you got to be out. You got to be out by this, whatever the date was. So maybe hypothetically, let's just say they had like 3 days or 5 days to get out, and they just needed to liquidate the entire store. Mm-hmm. I didn't make time. So one of my friends, I let my friend know, and the other lady let the friend know as well. She went and bought the store, the inventory in the store for like some crazy number. It was like $5,000. I'm confident that they probably made close to $35,000 or $40,000. Wow. So when you get ridiculous stuff like that just falls in your lap, I was like, what? And the way that she cleared out that store in that, it was like 5 days or something, or 6 days or something span, it was just bananas. Because they let people come in with a bag, and then, you pay $100, whatever you can put in a bag, you can take it, or something like that. I couldn't remember what the numbers were. But the point
is, she still made out. So she didn't even have to be listing stuff on websites and ship it and track it. She did it flea market style.
And they had to get rid of all the fixtures. They had to get rid of everything. That whole space had to be clear. So once they sold everything in the store, then they had to get rid of all the fixtures, and including the cash register.
Wow.
Okay, so you can sell that stuff on eBay. You can sell it on different platforms.
Sure. You can list that on Facebook Marketplace or whatever.
There you go. So again, you just never know how you're going to. There are some weird ways in which people come across an opportunity, and not all opportunities are yours to take. I'm just going to say that right now. Yeah. Not all opportunities are yours to take, but there are weird piece together opportunities that just happen up on people, and that was one that I didn't take advantage of, but I didn't have the capacity to take advantage of it.
But you was talking about how to put back money when you come into money. Another thing you need to budget for is opportunity. You don't have that $5,000 sitting there. You could see a good deal like that dollar store. Be ready physically, but you ain't got the money. You got to have the cash.
I had it. And see, I had the cash.
But
I just didn't have the bandwidth. I did not have the capacity.
Yeah, the bandwidth.
I didn't have the bandwidth. Well, my kids, at that time we were in speech therapy, occupational therapy. We were doing ABA on Saturdays, because I have special needs kids. So I just didn't have the capacity to be able to even think about that opportunity. So I had to let it go. I had to let it go like frozen.
Well, let me ask you a personal question. Could you have, well, I guess they didn't need you. you might have said to someone, "Hey, look, I don't have the bandwidth to get in, but I could partner with you. I could provide some of the funding." Sometimes
I could not provide any of my time to the effort. So I wouldn't know what came out on the other side. And you have to have that
you got to
level of
have hands
relationship and
in.
trust. Yeah,
Mhm.
to know that, oh, okay, I did get my portion back. Like they could have skipped town, be gone, everything is sold. You try to track folks down. Where's my money?
You
Like,
gotta
well,
have
you
boots
went
on the
paying.
ground, huh?
That's your bag. Like you wouldn't pay attention, so that's your fault.
Okay.
So I
If
just
you
like,
if you
okay.
can't be all in, you ain't in.
They done left town and moved to Tahiti. I'm like, you know. So, so you know, and there was nothing I could do with that. But you know, again, you're right, when opportunities do present themselves, having that money set aside and also having a longer term vision for your business. If you plan on doing a private label product later on, or you plan on whatever later on, you know, you got to have that money set aside to be able to do the trademarks, to, you know, do the copywriting, do all of that so you can protect your intellectual property, to be able to scale, to do ads, to whatever. So knowing what your numbers are and keeping track of them, so then that way when you do get into that fourth quarter, you can take all that money off the top. So we're not going to spend above whatever our monthly expenses are anyway. Life, you know, keeping the lights on, keeping the roof over your head, water coming out the faucet. We're not going to spend above that number. We're going to take anything that's above that number at the end of that quarter, and we're going to put all of that chunk over here, and we're going to use that to take care of all the expenses that would be monthly expenses at that point, because you got monthly life insurance. Nope, you can pay it annually. You got your deductible. Nope, go ahead and put that entire deductible aside. You got, like, do things, be smart about it. And then whatever your objective is to put into an IRA or however else you want to invest it, put that money aside off of that 35,000, and whatever is left over is fantastic. If there's nothing left over, then that's the way it is. But you should have, hopefully you'll have something left over, and you can use that. Now you've reduced your monthly expenses because you were paying life insurance monthly. Now you've reduced that. You don't have that monthly expense. So that actually, what that does is that makes your available expenses every month go up, because you got rid of some monthly expenses. You paid your auto bill the entire year. You paid your homeowner's insurance the entire year. Because, you know, I don't know that people pay attention to some of this crap. Like on your monthly, they are charging you a monthly processing fee.
Yeah.
So what you
like
do is
with your auto insurance, if you agree to pay it all up once, you get a discount. And
you
when
get a
start
discount.
letting your discounts add up, I'm so glad we had this conversation because because this year the whole theme of mine has been about focusing on how to run a business and not just hustle. And this is important to the listeners out here because, you know, we get caught up in this hustle mentality. It's a, you know, a popular kind of phrase right now. That's the fun part. But that's not what's going to give you. You keep talking about long-term goals. You got to be thinking like a business if you're going to have any longevity in this and really be successful. You know, you start talking, you touched on deductibles, you know, or deductions. I want to say tax deductions.
Mm-hmm.
That's what separates the having a business from just being an employee. You know, I follow T. Harv Eker. I don't know if you know him, but he would always say, employees make money, get taxed on the money before they even get it, and then spend what's left. Businesses make money, spend money, and then pay taxes on what's left. And the tax code was written for anyone that's willing to either learn it or hire someone that knows it. And if you really start to take advantage, there's a lot that can make your life that much easier. A lot of our expenses as Americans go to taxes, and what
It does
keeps us from wealth is your tax liabilities. You learn how to eliminate those, and here's what you do: you stop complaining, "Oh, rich people don't pay taxes." Well, they're just following the rules. There's a thing called tax avoidance, and then there's tax evasion. Very similar, not the same. you can avoid taxes legally. Evading, that's illegal, but you know, this was putting the tax code was put there for you if you want to use it. Having a business, there's no real advantages to it if you don't learn the tax advantages.
Yeah.
So my theme, as you can see, is shifting from hustler to business owners. Maybe it should be the working class business owners.
Well, I'm getting ready to put your little thing. I'm like working class hustler. This is what I was saying. I understand, and this is your year of evolution. Okay,
It changes everything.
it changes everything. So
Because
this year you're going to evolve. Everybody that's a hustler are getting ready to be true business owners this year.
It's so important, Nicole, because you got people who are like us that are go-getters, that have the spirit, that will never stop. But until they shift their thinking, they will never have the level of success,
No.
or financial serenity. It's not good enough to be persistent, consistent, constantly hustling. It's not good enough. You've got to shift your thinking.
Well, it's not sustainable because that's the thing. You know, I think COVID was for some a reality check. Like, what's going to happen if you die?
What if you can't work? If you're incapacitated?
If you're incapacitated, but you know, if you died, like, what's going to happen to your business? Have you set it up and structured it in such a way that it can continue on without you? If you have not, then this is literally a hobby that dies with you.
Woo.
It's a hobby that dies with you.
What a shame.
All of this energy, all of this time, all of this focus, it dies with you if you haven't set it up.
You're right.
So
there's a lot to think about beyond the shiny objects, beyond the vacations, the fancy cars, the mansions, the girls by the pool, the private jets, all of this stuff that you see.
I can't with you. I can't, because I'm just like, I see these people with these cars.
You just said I can't with you.
I can't stand none. Look, I'm not a hater at all. If they want to, you know, if they want to floss, if that's what you want to call it. We didn't call it flossing back then, but anyway, if you want to floss and be standing next to somebody's car that you know ain't yours to get your Instagram picture so that you can claim this is what you're doing. If you want to go drive through a neighborhood and take a picture standing in somebody's driveway or near a closed gate so that you can, like, I just don't have time for any of that. We're just going to keep it 100. I keep the lights on. I keep water coming out of the faucet. And every once in a while, I get to do some extra stuff with my kids. If I resonate with you, we'll hang out. He keeps the lights on. He keeps water coming out of his faucet. If this makes sense and resonates with you, and he gets to do some stuff from time to time. Right now, he didn't tell y'all he on vacation. So he's enjoying life. But the point is, if he resonates with you, y'all need to check him out. A working class hustler. That is going to be an evolution in 2022. But you need to go ahead and check him out because we don't have time for any of that. I call it tomfoolery. That's what we used to call it back in the day. You know, I'm old, gray hair. So we ain't got time for none of the tomfoolery. We're going to be real people. We're going to peel the sheets back, the lights back, the onions back, the whatever. Peel all of it back and just say, this is what you need to do. And you want to get, if you are that person that wants to get that car in that house, I'm happy for you. Go for it. At some point in your life, you just realize, you know what, spending time with family and friends or doing some other things, like just going to go fishing with somebody is way more important than this Lamborghini or whatever, Maybach or whatever it is. I'm like, I could care less. My son asks me all the time, so if I got your boy, I don't care about any of them cars, okay? Not one of them. I am fine with my duct tape on the front end of my bumper car that I got right now. Because it's paid for. It's paid for.
Right.
I don't have to think about another car payment at all. And when it is time for me to get a new car, I will go get another car. Otherwise, I really don't give a damn. As long as it starts every day, we good.
I heard that.
I mean, that's Warren Buffett. If we're going to keep it 100.
True.
He ain't driving around in a Maybach. He ain't driving around in a Lamborghini. He's like, I ain't got time for none of that.
But see, he owns Maybach. He in the stock market. You can own those things.
Yes. But but again, he's not into showy.
No.
He's not
into stocks. And while everybody else is buying this stuff that they can't afford, You own the company when you own stocks. So let him.
He lives a simple life. He dresses simply. He drives a simple car. He lives in a simple house.
Yeah.
That's all I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to be happy.
And that's not difficult.
Nope, it's not.
You know, it's very reasonable when you just want to be comfortable.
Yeah. That's
So,
all that matters. So,
all right. This was fun.
well, I'm glad we got to catch up. We were not supposed to talk this long. I'm sorry I took up some of your time, but I'm glad that we connected. We are going to talk again here pretty soon. Okay. So thank you for hanging out with me and let me do the spotlight. I feel like I talked more than you. I feel bad about that right now. So I'm sorry, y'all.
I kind of owed you because when we did the eCom Seller Summit, you couldn't get a word in edgewise. So, you know.
I feel bad, but yeah, we're going to connect. I'll let you know when our Fire Your Boss workshop is coming out. So with that being said, this, guys, has been another Ecom Sellers Spotlight with our amazing Mr. Horace Lyons. Check him out at Working Class Hustler. Check him out on his YouTube channel. What's your YouTube channel again?
What to Sell on Amazon.
What to Sell on Amazon. Go check out his YouTube channel. He is so relatable. He is so real. There's my alarm telling me I got my next thing coming up. So I am so glad. I know. I just go from thing to thing to thing. But I'm so glad that we got a chance to connect, and we will talk again real soon. So you have a blessed one, and we're going to say goodbye for now, guys. Bye.
Bye, everybody.